Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over the cryptocurrency markets and tell you a strategy plan that I have to 3x my crypto portfolio from now until either the end of the year or beginning of next year. And I'm going to show you and explain to you how that's going to likely be possible. Now, once again, this is not financial advice, and there's no guarantees. So you want to plan accordingly. Have your plan in place. And if the plan doesn't go according to plan, and there's a chance that it might not go according to plan, you have your stop losses in place or anything necessary to make sure you're out of that asset in case it decides to take a nosedive. And then also, too, you have to realize that things like a Luna could happen. I remember Luna. People that watch this channel probably remember Luna too. And I remember all the talk about how great Luna was and how the fundamentals were so great, blah, 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 this. Well, there you go. The fundamentals can look absolutely phenomenal, and you can see what happens. So fundamentals are not everything, but they do matter. I will not say they do matter. You need fundamentals and technicals with it. So here's the deal, guys, with Bitcoin. I'm on a chart here with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's over there. I've had this parallel channel on with Bitcoin. I've explained this, that I think Bitcoin is in this parallel channel, and there's a shot that it could go up to these areas and make a wave of this nature right over here. So that is what I'm going to start planning for over, have a wave like this that will most likely be over here. Now, the question most of you are going to ask, not most of you, a lot of you, I guess I could say, that how do you think it's going to be able to do that with quantitative tightening going on, the Fed raising interest rates, and all these other things are going against the grain? Well, one, you have to ask yourself something. Do indices like the S&P 500 as an example, or the NASDAQ, can they go up in bearish times? Yes, they can. Go look at the S&P 500 during the 70s. Were there uptrends? Yes, there were. From 2001 to 2008, the NASDAQ was in a massive correction. It dumped from 2001 to 2003, went down, and then it went up for a few years, okay? It was still in a correction. Then it had to dump again during the financial crisis. You go take a look at the charts. And also, too, I think I'll be able to prove to you here. I'm going to show you guys something. They're new to my channel. I need to rehash this because some people, they forget that Bitcoin has been through quantitative tightening before. People just forget about that. They said, oh, this has never happened with Bitcoin. This never happened with Bitcoin. No quantitative tightening and no raising of interest rates. Well, I am going to prove it to you through charts right here. I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to take a arrow marker, point to you right about, boom, right there. You see that? You see that moment in time for Bitcoin? November 2015, right in that area, okay? I'm going to come right over here. Boom. You see, this is the federal funds rate. Interest rates were up there. They were down here. Let me go over here, same era in time. Let me take a little step back in time. You see that right there? Look at April 2015, right in that area, and they start raising rates. See that? Boom, 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 all the way up there, February 2019. Let's go take a look at Bitcoin over here. See? September, October 2015, and then they're raising rates all through here, all right through there, probably as aggressively all the way through the 18, all the way into when? All the way into over right about there. Okay, so they're raising interest rates. Were they doing quantitative tightening? Let's go see what they said about it last time. You see, I have an article here. This article, I'll show you guys something. I'm going to go to this article, go to the top. I'll show you guys the date. You see the date? 2018. January 2018, right there. The biggest economic threat in 2018, quantitative tightening. So I'm going to go back here, go back down here. Quantitative tightening at the worst time, you know. So you can go through and read this article, and they're talking about how this quantitative tightening, we're going to go into a recession. Basically, the same thing that's going on right now. Like this guy's even asked the question, do I think the economy can actually withstand 3 rate hikes this year? I see this guy, you know, doing the same thing. Thought starting a recession. So you go through here and you can read the history that quantitative tightening started in that area, went through all this, back down and back up. So is it possible? I'm not saying Bitcoin is going to do this in this next run. I don't think Bitcoin over here is going to do some massive run like this. Okay. It probably has a chance, in my opinion, to do something just like this right here. Boom. Okay. Now, what does that mean for the altcoins? If Bitcoin is over here, okay, Bitcoin is over here, and it has a chance to do another one up, boom, right up to there. Okay. Because you think about it, you think about this wave sequence over here, right? Of everything that's going on right now. You have a wave sequence with threes here or there. It comes down right here and it goes back up, right? You have a wave sequence kind of like that. And it just goes beyond all-time highs. Then you're going to have another wave sequence, right? You're going to have another one right behind it, right over here, okay? And it's going to drop again. And it's going to go into another wave like so, okay? So over here, Bitcoin, let's say it gets over there and it comes back down 80% more or less, okay? So back over here. And now you're going to have a wave sequence where Bitcoin went up, down, up a little bit more, back down, up, back down, right? And then what are they going to say? Oh, man, look at this, guys. You know, look at what the Fed did. Quantitative tightening and raising of interest rates. And look at Bitcoin. It's not any good anymore because it's going up, down, up, down, up, down. It's not doing moonshots like it was over here anymore. And that's kind of part of the plan, guys, because this is like an altcoin. Bitcoin's like, this is like an early days of an altcoin over here. And it had one last mega moonshot. And now Bitcoin's going to be going in maybe something like this. One of these over here is not going to be probably happening with Bitcoin. It's going to be up and to the right. Bitcoin's going to go up and to the right, but it's going to go up and to the right like this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay. So that's how I see it. And if Bitcoin has another one of these over here, let's just say it even goes right there. Let's give it a little shot, right? Right up there to say 58. What do you think you could do with the altcoins in here? Could you do a 3 to 5x and some altcoins in there? Absolutely. There's people that did 3 to 5x in this last little wave that it did right there on the altcoins. There's people that did it right there. So that should be believable. That should be believable. Okay. But I know there'll be some doubters in the crew. So not a big deal. There always is. So let's go into this wave and take a look at this. I'm going to go into that wave on a daily chart right now and take a look at Bitcoin. Okay. Now, you have a few options. You have a few options with Bitcoin. Okay. You could say that this is a bullish count, which I do believe you can see right here with this wave. Up, down, up, down. If you're in the cryptocurrency market, you might want to get familiar with this up, kind of like go down, up, bam, just like so. I'll show you a good example of another that. Bitcoin likes to do that. All the other assets like to do this too. Near protocol over in this area, actually did a flat over here too. It went down, up, boom. You see over here, down, up, boom. You see? I could go over here to Bitcoin. And you go to the top up here, I showed some guys in previous videos. You could go over here too. Down, up, boom. You see? Over here. Down, up, boom. So this is a pattern that continues to go on, especially in the cryptocurrency market. They like to do it in the traditional financial markets too. As a matter of fact, they do it on a bigger scale. They'll go up. Like right now, say the S&P 500 did a correction. It could go up for years, guys, in a corrective move like this. The S&P 500 could go like this. You know, nobody's taking it. It could go down in a massive correction and now it's going up, right? S&P 500 could go like this for 2 years, guys, in a correction, all the way up, break all-time highs, and then another crash, bam, just like so. Very, very common move. So it's not unrealistic to think the S&P 500 or the indices could go up in a corrective move. It'd still be bearish. Technically, it'd still be bearish. It just happens to go up. So that's the plan. But right now, part of the plan, I'm going down to a smaller portion of this plan and looking at Bitcoin. So it went up, it did a nice a move off the bottom. Now, the most common sequence that I think a lot of people are going to probably be coming up, and I'm starting to see it a lot more, and you want to be careful of that, is that this is a 5-wave sequence down. You want to be sure we want to be sure together on this, right? We have to carefully watch this wave. Just a second, a plane's flying over. I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, by the way. Normally you don't have planes. Got an airport over there, but no planes usually. And then down, right? Let's say it comes down. We want to be careful that it doesn't do something like that, where now you may have a move like this. Okay, so you're not out of the woods like yet. I made previous videos on why I don't think that is going to be the move. The probability of that happening to me seems to be low. Okay, so this move, we'll make sure and be careful that this doesn't turn to an ABC. If it's an ABC correcting up, that means it's likely to impulse back down. That is an option. My personal option is this. I'll show you guys why I'm going with discount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Okay, now some so-called professional Elliott wave traders would tell you that doesn't count because the third wave is bigger than the first wave. Well, in this scenario right here, you see this trend line that I have right here, and the trend line right here up top, nice little touch, had a throw over right there, and touch, perfect. Right there's a throw under, touch, perfect, right? You see this area right here? That area right there is called a throw under. You don't count that area. You count from the trend line. So you go right on the trend line and then you measure that wave, okay? Measure that wave, and that wave is actually shorter than this wave. Throw unders are usually caused from the wave, this wave over here. Threw it under and then it could get out of there, okay? It just went below that. So that's how I come up with that. Old Elliott wave traders will talk about that and say don't count the throw under and then measure the wave compared to this wave. So wave 1 can be longer than wave 3, and wave 3 is definitely longer than this wave up. And it came back down on an A wave, up on a B wave, and blasted back down onto a C wave, making your nice flat in this area right over here, in my opinion. Could I be wrong? I could be wrong, just like so. Nice little flat. Pretty aggressive flat. So we want to be careful to make sure that this is not an A, B, C. Okay. So right now I'm going to go a little bit deeper into Bitcoin on a 12-hour chart and let you guys know the more likely let me go to a 4-hour chart, blow that up a little bit. More than likely Bitcoin is in a fourth wave. So here's your wave 1, 2, and if you go in and dissect that, the 45-minute chart, you can see what happened right here with Bitcoin. This came 1, 2, this is wave 1. It came back down and did a correction to here. And you can see these multiple sequences. You see these little areas where the candle bodies has some separation. You can see this is 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you can see a little tiny one, 1, 2, and it went 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to here. Okay. So now what Bitcoin is in is it's in a most likely going to be making a fourth wave. It could even come down way down here like this. Okay. It could correct that. More likely it'll be, well, this was sideways. So the fourth wave could come down deep. Okay. And then it might go back up. So what you want to see over here, this is what you want to look for over here. You see too, it looks like it's bullish. See, Bitcoin looks like it could be bullish. You see the depth of that drop up there in price. See the price drop? Not too much. But you see, this is just, it's rolling over really nice and deep. So this is what you want to look for. This is the next step for Bitcoin. And check that 1, and then a possible 2, multiple sequences in there all the way up. And more than likely, the 3, it could have ended there, but that could have been a flat. Who knows? I'd have to dissect that. And then you'd be looking for a 4 somewhere. It'll take some time. And then you want to see that. Okay. Just like so. Now I'm going to zoom back out to an 8-hour chart. Take a look at that and go, okay, now we got Bitcoin with a nice impulse wave. So this is what you're going to want to look for on this wave. Make sure it's not bearish. If it does A, back down for a B, it'll go about 50%. You want to look at 38 to 50%. Okay. And then if it zooms back up onto a C without breaking these highs. Okay. So if it's bullish, if it's going to be bullish, there could be a couple other ways you could look at this. This is going to come all the way up and it could come all the way back down here again. That'll be a good sign, a good signal that you probably may be making a wave too. If it comes all the way back down here without breaking those lows, okay? And then it gets back up into there to these areas. The first area, in my opinion, you're going to want to see is 24,594. So that would be the first area to be checking out with Bitcoin. If it happens to go right above there, that'll be really good. And then the 24,930, and also too, if you see a wick, even a wick above 25,251. So if you see it above here, you see at any time a little wick above that area, and you might have to check multiple charts for that price point. Anything above there, then you'll know. That'll be the definite answer. If you're in this and you don't want to take on the risk where you're buying down here, then you can wait for Bitcoin to get up there. And it does have a good shot of actually even getting up there on an ABC, but that would rule out that this would be a 1-2, but it could be an ABC, because what you can do is it's not uncommon for an ABC to whiz up. Let's say it does a 50% correction, to whiz up onto 1.618 all the way up there to 26. It could do that. Or what is that, 25.4 on an ABC. It could do a wave up here, correct that, and then bam, up onto a C wave. So you got to be careful of that too, because ABC waves, for those that don't know, ABC waves can disguise themselves as third waves. So you have an A, B, and a C. But what does that look like? That looks like one of these, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. Kind of like over here. You see, some people could say that this is A, B with a massive C. More than likely it's not. It's more likely going to turn into an impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see right there how that can happen, and there's some tricks on that, not only with ABCs and also with the flats. So I just wanted to go over that and just show you guys an example what I'm doing, and then I'm going to use another example with Near Protocol over here as an example. So we're talking about Bitcoin. I'm going back out onto a weekly chart, and we're talking about Bitcoin in this area right now, okay, on a weekly chart. And just say Bitcoin is going to be going into a bullish sequence, whether you think it's bearish and it's going to go up a little bit and correct back down. Let's just leave that aside right now. It's down in this area, and then Bitcoin is going to go up to 31 or say 35,000 or 28,000, right? We know what the altcoins can do with the Bitcoin dominance being pretty low, and the altcoins are doing really, really well. Layer 1s, layers 2s like Matic and Quant and Ethereum and some other coins that are out there are doing pretty well. You can make some pretty good gains in this area, just like over here. Bitcoin is able to do this move from here to here. So what do you think could possibly happen with a coin like Near Protocol? Is Near Protocol going to be able to come back down, touch the trend line like it did, and blast back up there? And say, look at this move right here. Could you get a 3 to 5x out of Near Protocol? Let's see, that's 450% right there, more or less. And then Near Protocol over in this area goes up another 450%. Up into those areas from, let's say, $4.39 up back up to, say, even 18 or 19. There's a 3x right there, guys. So you can see how with the altcoins that using Near Protocol as an example, that sometime between now and maybe the end of the year or beginning of next year, 2023, that you could be able to do a 3 to 5x on a crypto portfolio. I don't think that's unrealistic out of line. You can see here with Near Protocol, how long did it take to make a move like that? Near Protocol went from there to there in 63 days, and if you took the whole wave, it took it 182 days. So could Near Protocol do a move, something similar in nature over here, where it goes up onto, maybe say this could be an A, even back down for a B, and zam back up onto a C? It definitely could, guys. It could. I don't think that that's unreasonable to think something like that. So otherwise, here on the weekly chart, looking at Near Protocol, generally speaking, and going through the RSI, it doesn't look that bad. Went up on a wave, came back down, touched a trend line, could have come back down, touched a trend line a little bit more, like I was talking about with Polkadot. Certainly can, and get itself ready to, bam, go right up there. Because once it's moving, it's going to move. Just needs an inkling of bullishness from Bitcoin and Ethereum for Near Protocol to get ready to get out of there. Could this be a nice wave 1-2? It could be. It definitely could be 1-2, and it's getting ready to roll on out of there, guys. So that's my plan. Overall speaking, giving you a general picture of how I think it's going to be possible to do a 3 to 5x in the crypto portfolio from now to either the end of the year or the beginning of next year. That's what I'm going to plan out. Once again, not financial advice, and you want to have your plan in place, but you want to have a backup just in case things don't go according to plan, and they very well could. If you made it all the way to the end of my video, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.